I'm going to talk to you tonight about coming out of the closet. And not in the traditional sense, not just the gay closet. The experience of being in and coming out of the closet is universal. All a closet is a hard conversation.
There are things that we don't deem as socially acceptable or that we might be judged about.
A secret typically is what you perceive as one of your imperfections, but it's just who you genuinely are. And you find out that the people that you interact with on a daily basis do have these imperfections. That empowers people to show theirs too.
So you were saying we all have a closet or multiple closets.
Yeah. And
so what do you mean by
like
that?
Things that we don't want to share with each other.
I'll give you 100 reasons why coming out of my closet was harder than coming out of yours, but here's the thing. Hard is not relative. Hard is hard. We need to stop ranking our hard against everyone else's hard to make us feel better or worse about our closets and just commiserate on the fact that we all have hard.
We need to create these empathetic environments, and the way that we create empathy is by sharing our stories. As we stood in line in an attempt to give my niece a better vantage point than the backside of the mother of number 58, I put her up on my shoulders. We get to the front of the line, and the haggard clerk turns to my niece and says, "Hi, honey. You're next. Do you want to get down, or are you going to stay on your dad's shoulders for the picture?" It's amazing that in an unexpected instant, we are faced with the question, who am I? Am I an aunt, or am I an advocate? I was at a gym in Boulder once, and a trainer was teaching us how to spot. And another trainer came up and said, "Well, you better never grab me like that, dude. That's so gay." And he was just saying it to give his buddy a hard time. But can you hear the homophobia in it? If somebody says something that offends you, we just kind of lower our expectations for that person and move on and move away. And I don't think that that's the way to move forward. It's an opportunity for connection and conversation not to be missed. Ask questions. Act when you hear something inappropriate. Actually engage. What do you say to the trainer at the gym? Do you just stomp out and quit your membership the next day? Do you muster your best Gary Coleman and just glare? Or do you sit him down afterwards and say, "Hey, you know what? I know you're just trying to dig your buddy, but what you said was hurtful." People don't respond to, "No, you shouldn't say that." They really respond to, "When you say that, it makes me feel ... And there's something incredibly vulnerable about that.
That's my work, isn't to tell you what to do or why it's right or wrong. It's very personal and vulnerable to say, "It hurts my feelings when you say that."
There are a few things that can happen to you externally that can be more impactful than being honest with yourself.
I was working at the Southside Walnut Cafe. The question would often be sprung on me, usually by a little kid. Are you a boy or are you a girl? And I would seethe inside, but I would say nothing. So I promised myself the next time I would say something, I would have that hard conversation. So within a matter of weeks, it happens again. Are you a boy or are you a girl? Familiar silence, but this time I'm ready. And I am about to go all Women's Studies 101 on this table. So I take a deep breath and I look down, and staring back at me is a 4-year-old girl in a pink dress. Not a challenge to a feminist duel, just a kid with a question. I squat down next to her and say, "Hey, I know it's kind of confusing. My hair is short like a boy's and I wear boys' clothes, but I'm a girl. And you know how sometimes you like to wear a pink dress and sometimes you like to wear your comfy jammies? Well, I'm more of a comfy jammies kind of girl." And this kid looks me dead in the eye without missing a beat and says, "My favorite pajamas are purple with fish. Can I get a pancake, please?" And that was it. Just, "Oh, okay, you're a girl. How about that pancake?" It was the easiest hard conversation I have ever had.
What's so great about the opportunities that come from those real interactions is to get questions that people are typically afraid to ask, but then they know, and then they exist in the world in a different way once they've had that interaction. I had a family friend who for years used to call my girlfriend my lover. Really? Lover? But she was trying, and she asked, and she could have called her my friend, or my friend, or my special friend, or even worse, just not asked at all. Believe me, we would rather have you ask. I would rather have her say lover than say nothing at all.
There is a huge freedom to being authentically who you are, and there's a net loss to energy being put in a closet.
I've lived in a few closets in my life, and yeah, most often, my walls happen to be rainbow. But inside, in the dark, you can't tell what color the walls are. You just know what it feels like to live in a closet. I guarantee you there are others peering through the keyhole of their closets looking for the next brave soul to bust the door open, so be that person.
When you can, say something. Because in the end, it takes a village, people. And to those of you inspired to be part of the change, I thank you in advance for being the change you wish to see.